Right, so this coming weekend, the special is out. It's this weekend, this Sunday, my trip up to Yorkshire to see a bike brand, and it's really interesting. Goes into quite a lot of detail about how they make things and all the rest of it. So if you're into that sort of thing, you're going to love it. It's got 2 exclusives as well that no one else has been allowed to see so far.
It's a bit of a world exclusive for you.
And some other things. Yeah, it's really worth watching. I hope you find it of interest. Please let me know what you think. I'd like to do more stuff like this in the future. It's always difficult when you go to see, organised to go and see somebody on a very short period of time to try and capture everything you want to capture. 2 secs. To capture everything you want to capture. And I've come back and I've been editing the video and I'm thinking, oh, I should have done that and I should have done this. But, you know, you'll get the... it's a really, really interesting video, and it will show you, it will demonstrate the best way. If you want to start your own business and you want to earn a living, this is a perfect example of how to do it. I've sort of done it as well by accident, but he's done it on purpose. So anyway, I've got a few things to do in the workshop. This video is not going to be on a Sunday. This is going to come out beforehand. So what is today? Today's Friday, so I'm going to try and probably get it out tomorrow, or maybe go out on Saturday. It'll go out before the main video anyway. So I've got a wheel to sort out, a little Molten. I've just managed to get the spokes, so I've got to relace this. So whether I actually have time to film it and edit it, I don't know. But I just wanted to get this little bit of a video out just to let you know what's coming. And quite excited. And then next week, I've got some other stuff lined up. I'm going to ride with somebody, more ride stuff. And I'm also going to be tinkering around with this. This is Herby. This is my 29er hardtail, which I love. And I was so tempted to get out, but the weather is not too clever, and I'm trying not to ride it in the muck. I just don't want to get all these... At some point, these have got a cover on them. When you buy Hope cranks, they come with a little cover. They send it with the crank to stop it getting scratched. So I suppose they're not going to get scratched that much. But it's a bit precious. I feel a bit precious about it. But I feel a ride coming on because I'm on the turbo doing Zone 2 training. And I should really be out doing Zone 2 on this. I've got a training circuit that I've been on once. I did set it down as on Commute as my training circuit, which I need to keep doing really, because I want to up my mileage. I have noticed that I'm still getting very tired after doing anything. Like yesterday I was on an hour and a half on the turbo. Today I feel quite drained and washed out. So I do, and I've got a bit of an ulcer. So I really need to sleep. That's the secret of it all, is sleep. I've got to get more sleep. I try to get a nap after I do stuff now, and it works wonders. So, the other thing I got this week was a new mount for my GoPro. This one's it clamps onto anything. It's got a seriously powerful clamp, and I've just happened to realise that. Hang on, because this comes off, this stalk bit, which is a bit flexible. You've just got this. This doubles up as fantastic grip training. I used to have a thing you squeeze for your grip training, and this is just about the same. So just doing that builds up your grip and your forearms, which is really, really good for holding onto handlebars and all the rest of it. So I've been using this as a bit of a training tool. It's really good. But anyway, it's not really what it's intended for, but expect to see a few more shots on the bike of me not having to have it in my mouth or hold it. I can actually put it on the handlebars and put the camera on the top and clamp it to stuff. It'll also clamp to a tree, and because I've been using this up to now. These are good, the old Joby things. They are good, but they do start to wear and fall apart after a while. The leg keeps falling off, so they have got a limited life. But it's good if I tend to just hang it up in a tree like that. But with this, I haven't got a faff. I can just clamp it on, bang, done. And the camera will mount on just this, or obviously on the stalky thing. So expect to see more videos using that. Right, I'm going to get on with this wheel. Actually, I just thought I do need to get a mount for this new mount. Where are all my mounts gone? What will do, I think, yes. And there we go. Yeah, I've been using the GoPro again recently. It has its uses when it comes to things like motion. I think I mentioned this the other day. Motion blur seems to work better on a GoPro than it does on the DJI. GoPro's good for a lot of things. It's not all bad. It's just low light. It's terrible. If you go into woods, it's just shocking. So this has really got quite a limited use now. The microphone's better. I filmed the video that you'll see on Sunday all on this. I didn't use an external mic, I just filmed it. It's a little bit boomy because we're in a room. I have had to tweak the volume up and down a little bit here and there to try and make sure that you can hear what the chap's saying. But yeah, it does have its uses. It does have its uses. I need to get the new Mini 2 mic, and you get a pair and a charging case. So that'll be coming at some point when I've got some money, but at the moment I don't have any money. Okay, I'm going to have a look at this wheel now. So these wheels are 2 cross. So they cross once, twice. I have to remember that, 2 cross. I was going to cut these out, but I'm not going to. I'll just take them out properly, I think. There's no rush. I'm not. It's like when you're in a shop, you don't have time to take wheels apart, really. It's just not cost effective because it takes you way too long. So to keep the cost of the build down, a shop would normally just cut them out. But I'm doing this as a sort of a favour to a friend, so it's a bit different. And I'm not in any rush. So the spokes came yesterday, so that's good. I had to get them cut because they're shorter than normal. I didn't have anything I could cut down. So I ordered some from the Bristol Spoke Company. Really, really good for custom spokes if you want to get anything cut down to a special length. And they're pretty reasonably priced. And they're speedy. Got them almost next day, 2 days. This is for Moulton, like a commuting bike, little tiny 20-inch wheels. So as part of my workshop series, I'm going to do one on wheels. Basically a general thing all about different sorts of wheels, mainly off-road. I don't really want to get into road wheels because it's a whole new, it's completely different to, because you've got carbon spokes and all this sort of things, and solid wheels, and there's so much, it's a separate thing really, road wheels and mountain bike wheels, or off-road wheels. So I'm going to do one all about different hubs, different rims, what's good for this and what's good for that, spoking, crossing, and all the rest of it. And I may touch on building wheels. I have sort of done it before, but I could do another one, how to build a wheel. I'm not going to do it with this one because this is a bit, I want to do it more with bigger wheels and sort of mountain bike wheels. I'll just briefly, well, you'll see me build this in a bit anyway, but I'm not going to go into too much detail. But I thought it'd be a good topic for a video, seeing as wheels have been a massive part of my life. That's sort of how I really got into bike mechanics, I suppose. First thing I sort of, well, no, it wasn't the first thing I did, but it was something I learned quite early on, and it proved to be really handy for me for starting a business, or for starting a bike shop, because there was no real good wheel builders around, or well, there were, but they were quite few and far between. So it's always good to get your hand. You cannot beat hand-built wheels. There's a lot of stuff done in factories now, but even those are finished by hand. But I just find hand-built. All my wheels, I'm not going to. not blowing my own, well, I am sort of blowing my own trumpet, but I build all of my wheels. And I haven't had a failure yet. In all the years, all these wheels are all built by me. Or if they're not, actually they are all built by me. I was going to say they weren't built by me, but they are. And those up there. So yeah, I've built everything. And a few people have learnt off me. I learnt off somebody and then sort of pass it on. So yeah, it's good. So wheel building has, yeah, been a big part of my life, really. Might sound a bit weird, but it has. And yeah, some call it a bit of a dark art, but once you know how to do it, it's not that tricky. It's just you can overdo it, overthink it. A lot of people will come in with wheels. Even I did it when I first started. I thought, oh well, its logic is if it's buckled, you tighten the one side to pull it back again. But then what tends to happen is you tighten it too far, and then you end up with a Pringle. It just looks all out of shape. And then trying to get it back straight again is an absolute nightmare. So, but there you go. That's just, you learn as you go. But so this is, yeah, it's got a hub. It's threaded, so it's got a screw-on freewheel on this hub. Yeah, I won't go into how to build this wheel now because I haven't really got time. But I will do in a future video when I start doing the wheel series. Yeah, it's quite therapeutic as well, building wheels. And it's also hard on your fingers. I've got one slightly distorted finger from truing for years and years and years. It's sort of gone down a bit now. It's not as bad as it was, but I've got one joint. This joint's bigger than, oh, and it clicks. This joint clicks. It's from doing that for years and years and years. Yeah, just did it then. So, yeah, repetitive strain injury. I'll sue the boss. So, yeah, lace up one side. Anyway, I won't do it now. Right, okay. So also this week, you may have seen on my Facebook page that I made a bit of a crazy announcement. That I'm going to ride, or in my in my madness, I said to everybody, I am going to ride the European Divide. Now, a friend of mine has had a go at this, and he fell foul of the 90-day rule in Europe. He got to 90 days and he hadn't finished it and he couldn't stay, so he had to go home. So that is something I hadn't thought about. There's quite a few things I hadn't thought about. You know, you look at, I watched a video of somebody doing it, and obviously when you see a video, you don't see everything. So it looked quite, I think it was through rose-tinted glasses. So I thought, yeah, I could do that. But just the sheer fact that I know I haven't trained much, and I'm still not off these steroids. I'm almost there. So, but I'm 70 in a couple of weeks, in about 4 weeks, and I do need to be realistic. As I've already mentioned just now, I need a lot of sleep. I always have done, and if I overdo it, I fall to pieces, and I get colds, and I get ulcers, and I get all the rest of it. So I think what I'm going to have to do is obviously, yes, train a lot, and I am training. I've started. I'm doing weights, and I'm doing zone 2, a lot of zone 2. And I'm having it in my mind that I'm going to do it next year, 2026. But in the meantime, I've got to do some other long distance rides. And that will determine as to whether I can actually have a go at the European Divide. If I can do the other things that I've got in mind, that puts me in good stead to take on that European Divide. And if I don't do it, I don't do it. But I would really do want to have a go. You know, there's another event that I'd like to do, but I think that really is too crazy for me. And that's GB Duro. It's so severe. I know European Divide is not exactly going to be a walk in the park, but I've got a feeling GB Duro is probably worse. They have said European Divide is the hardest cross-country, the hardest off-road cycle route in the world, because it's 4,000 kilometres, I believe. No, 7,000 kilometres, which is a long way. Twice the distance of GB Duro. No, it's 4 times. Yeah, way longer than GB Duro. But it's not all you know, GBG is very intense. It's very up and down, terrific amount of climbing, very, very rocky, a lot of potential hiker bike. So, but I need to study this European Divide route just to see, and talk to my mate who's actually had a go at it. He's going to finish it this year, but he's a few years younger than me, and ex-army and mad. He's a bit tougher than I am. So, but you know, I've said I'm going to have a go, and lots of people have wished me luck and told me this, that, and the end. Don't make sure you train for it and get prepped. So I will be doing that. It'll be an interesting thing to do over this year. I will film it and show you training and prep for it, because there's no point in, you know, I will prepare for it. Even if I don't finish it, I'm going to prepare for it as if I am going to do it. But yeah. But yeah, I say I think I was just thinking, at my age, I really do need to have a go at something before I'm just too old to do anything like that. And it's a massive, massive undertaking for me, because I've never done anything like that before, ever. I'd love to have done it when I was younger, because I could have done it quite easily. So many opportunities have come up now which I didn't really know about when I was younger. You know, when I was 30, 40 years old, boy was I fit. Unbelievably fit. But you know, I look at CrossFit now and I think, oh God, I'd love to have done that when I was young. If only that had been around when I was young. But at that age, I had other things on my mind, families and kids, and work. But obviously, when you get older, you have more opportunities. But when you get the opportunities, you haven't got the youth. But there's other things you can do, you know. There's always something to, you know, it doesn't have to be madly physical. There's lots of things you can have a go at. You know, get yourself a hobby of some sort. There's always something to get your teeth into which gets you fired up and makes you want to get out of bed in the morning. Because that's the important thing, is to have something to get up for. And don't stay on your own. Do not sit on your own. Just get out there, join a club, do something, go somewhere, and just mix with people, because it works wonders for your mental state. Cross 2 Graham, don't forget. So yeah, I miss simple things like, we used to go down the pub and you'd talk. Going down the pub used to be where everybody, all the men especially, got everything off their chest and had a moan. You know, you need a moan. But now, these days, we do it on bloody Facebook, and it's, you know, I fell foul of saying something political this week, and it was the worst thing I could have done. I keep saying I must not do it. Stay away, because everyone's got their point of view, and they all have a right to their point of view, but then it starts an argument. Somebody says something, and somebody says something else, and then all of a sudden, you know, you don't agree, and you don't fall out, but it just makes life a bit awkward. So it's best to avoid all those things. Leave that to the idiots on telly having a go at each other. Because like I say, we all have different points of view. Am I shouting down this mic? Probably am. Let's move it. So yeah, it's got told that by my dad years ago. Never talk about politics. So my fingers are so cold I can't hold these spokes and nipples. It's freezing in here. Because you're working with metal, it's freezing my fingertips. I can't feel things. I got frozen nipples. My nipples are too cold. So anyway, what have you lot been up to? I need to hear. You need to post up some comments. What have you been doing? Have we got any other YouTubers on here? Do Do I need to share a channel or two? I mean, I have got one I'm going to share. Yeah, if you've got a YouTube channel, let me know. Let's give it a shout. And or anything really, bike related. Got a bike brand. Do you make something in the UK? You know, what do you like? Is that it? Oh no, one more. It's always good to pass stuff around. I've got my own bike brand, but I still promote other bike brands. You know, I'm not precious about it. I've got an event that's sponsored by another bike brand. I could have done it a bit with my own, but it's nice just to not put myself in too much of a box. I've got a new website coming as well. I lay in bed the one night thinking, because the Smokestone website is not currently up and running, just because of cost. And it's not cheap to host a website. Nothing's for free in this world. So currently, Smokestone website's down, and I've been on about setting up just a Graham Foot Bicycle Lover website, so I can put everything on it. I can put my bike brands, my events, and my YouTube video, and I might just do that. I've just been looking into it now because I think my current events website is due for renewal in October, I think. Those are way off yet, but I was just thinking about whether to set up this new one. Then I can get everything on it in one place and cut my costs down. And if you want to know about Smokestone, it'll be there, and you want to know about my videos, they'll be on there. And then all other stuff as well, whatever else is going on, events, and possibly a blog, I don't know. We'll see. Links to my socials. Although I want to cut my socials down. I had TikTok for about a day. I got somebody told me, oh, you need to get on TikTok. You put your videos on TikTok. Oh, it'll go global. You know. Oh, da 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 da. But every time I go on TikTok, I find it unbelievably. How can I say it without not being rude? It's not for me. Let's put it that way. It's just not for me. So I don't like short videos either. I mean, it's very. It's great. You know, kids are really attracted to short videos because their attention span's so short. And unfortunately, that's all they like now. Unless they can get everything they want, unless they can see a film in 2 minutes, they don't want to watch anything else. You know, they want everything in a minute to 2 minutes now, which is really quite unfortunate. So it's quite hard to get them to sit and watch anything longer. I mean, I don't do shorts, YouTube shorts. I just can't stand. What's the point? You know, I might do a little promo video, which is slightly different, just to show, give you a little teaser. I mean, that's just like a teaser for film. I can understand that, but no, I don't want to get into. Because I get, obviously, when you're a YouTuber, you get, oh, you need to do shorts. You need to do shorts. YouTube keeps trying to get you to do it. No, I'm not into that. I don't watch them, and I'm not interested in making them. I'm waffling, aren't I? You can tell I'm waffling. I'm doing this, and I'm just emptying my head into the GoPro. Right, I'm going to stop here now. I've laced this up while I've been waffling away, as you can see, and I'm going to true it in a sec. That's all new spokes now, and I've got a few spares left over because the wheel was only 28 spokes, so I've got 4 left. But yeah, that'll do for now. I'm actually going to go in the house and have a cup of tea, put my hands around it and warm my fingers up. It's freezing. Right, catch you in a while. I don't know whether there's going to be any more on this video, so if it's the end, thanks for watching. For goodness sake, look for the video on Sunday, coming out on Sunday afternoon. You'll love it, I hope. It's been long awaited. Trip to see another bike brand in the UK. So yeah, if this is the end of the video, cheers for watching, give us a thumbs up, and I shall catch you in the next one.